Hey guys, my name is Liam, again with Gone Jeepin'. We are here at the Dixie 4x4, or what is it, Off-Road Expo, and I ran into, it's Mike, right?
Mike
Hasselbauer. And I ran into him because look at what we have behind us. This is a beautiful specimen of a Jeep. Mike, what is this? What are we looking at?
I think the best way to describe it is it's a 1948 Willys Overland Resto-Mod. So it's been changed significantly from its original form. Bought it in pieces, and it's been several other pieces of Jeeps to get it there. I was a world title holder in the state of Idaho for Willys Overland vehicles at one time.
Holy cow. All right, well, we're gonna start from the front of the vehicle and we're gonna work our way to the back. The first thing I'm seeing is this bumper. One, I love the color. It accents the green really, really well. I see you've got a winch on here. Do you take this thing off-road?
I do, but not into the serious off-road. I have a CJ for that.
Yeah, well, that's a good vehicle for that. And this is just too beautiful to really thrash it around.
Right.
Let's explain a little bit. I'm seeing some aftermarket axles. Are these LED headlights here?
Yes, they are.
Okay, cool. So let's walk through just top to bottom what you did up here and if there's anything special about it. Yeah.
Well, these didn't originally have signals in them, so we had to seek out lights that had turn signals right inside of them. And the bumper was actually the original bumper that was on one of the basket case Jeeps that I found. And I wanted to save it. I like the character with the big hooks on it. And winch was a friend of mine, offered it up for a good price, which was free. And of course, had to go get the Factor 55 stuff for it.
Cool.
The frame is actually an 89 Wagoneer, and the reason I selected that is because of the width of the axles. It was narrow track, and it came with Dayton 44 axles. As you'll see later on, I stretched the whole vehicle, and most of it done in the cab, so I had to stretch the frame to make that one.
Really? So the cab is stretched?
Correct.
If you're willing to tell us the secret, we'll have to see where you did that.
Okay.
Because I'm really curious. It doesn't appear stretched to me, and that means that you're doing a really good job.
Right.
All right, so what's powering this thing?
This thing has a LQ4 GM engine out of a 2005 Silverado.
Okay.
4L80 engine or transmission and the transfer case that came with electronic transfer case.
Very cool. So nice modern powertrain.
Right.
It'll haul.
Right.
Can we pop the hood and look at it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We kept the original engine mount or prop stands here. Had to fit the whole engine in. It's Ventique air for air conditioning, and we got windshield wiper washers, which they didn't have originally, but I found a CJ, an old CJ squirter that we modified to put on there. Okay, the battery, there wasn't really enough room for the battery up in here, so we ran these terminals. The battery is underneath the bed. We ran these terminals here, so if you ever have to jump it, you can pop these off and you got terminals. Whoop, there we go. So that you can jumper cable, or if you need power, there it is. And we also attached all the requirements that we have for winches and things like that there. This is off of GM, I don't even remember what year. It just pulls out so that you can have a light, turn it on.
A suction cup.
And yeah, you can attach it wherever you want it.
That's really neat. So it looks like we've got the classic styling with the modern powertrain, so you can get where you want to go and have a bunch of fun reliably. So just roll around at something that is just as sweet as this truck. I do like that you have the Jeep truck badge on the side here. Is that an original badge?
That came on the original vehicle that was basket case.
That's awesome. That's in really good shape.
Even the spear that was up here, it was bent and damaged, but got it straightened out, powder coated it.
That's a good
salvaged
touch.
it. Salvaged as much of the original character as I could.
Awesome. All right, well, let's take a look at the side of this here. Yeah. I see you got the two colors represented on the side as well, and I gotta see where you stretched it.
Okay.
Right.
This was an original color, close to an original color that was called pasture green, and we tried to match that as close as we could. The other was a cream color that I saw on a Cadillac, and I just thought that matched it, set it off well, and I went with the smoothie wheels.
What size tires are these for perspective?
These are 33-inch tires.
Just 33. So that gives you a good idea of the size of this truck. These are 33-inch tires. Okay, so let's work our way down. You've got the doors. Were those in good shape when you got it?
Well, here's part of the magic. You were asking me about stretching the vehicle. How do you stretch it?
Yeah.
Well, you buy 2 cabs and you buy 4 doors.
Oh.
Right. And you cut it And where we cut it was we took and added 4 or 8 inches into the cab right here, about here, and the same for the doors. And the door, you just have one cut, right? You can take them and overlap them. And then we added 4 inches right here behind the cab.
Wow.
And then stretch the frame to be appropriately lengthened.
That's awesome. So then to do that, is that just a, well, no, you stretch the frame, so it's not to fit on the frame. What drove you to stretch everything?
Well, this was beyond the wheelbase of the original Wagoneer frame, and so it also gave us a chance to box the frame and strengthened it when we lengthened it.
While you're in there, why not, right?
You bet.
All right, let's take a look inside.
So I tried to keep on the doors as much as I could. These are the original button door openers right there. When we stretched these doors, we had to accommodate that with some of the trim. And then these are electric power windows. So
oh, that's awesome.
We got that modified a little bit. Little creature comforts is what I wanted when I built this thing. The seats are right out of a Subaru, wrecking yard Subaru. And what we did was we just got something that was narrow enough to fit in there and still be comfortable. And with the lengthened cab, I can recline the seats and do some things there. My body guy, Bruce, he did a great job. I lined out what I wanted. We put a lot of oak in here, but we stained it with black because I didn't want it to look like kitchen cabinets. Got a chance to get all my switches put in here. We also got a modern stereo, and we got 6 speakers on that, so I can listen to some nice tunes when I'm going down the road. And then this is hooked up as well to a backup camera. So those didn't come on the 48 Willys originally, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I looked through the build sheet and I just couldn't find it as an option. It's so weird.
We had to build this. This is just a hot rod steering wheel, but we got this from Kaiser Willys and modified the horn button to work on here to give it kind of a traditional look. I asked for a shelf up here for my cell phone. We also have all the USB plugs and Bluetooth and all the modern conveniences there. All right, so originally I was talking to my body guy and we were saying, okay, what can we do with this? The original plan was we don't want any leaks. So we were able to get new seals, but it had a lot of actuation levers that go in here and it was mechanical. So what we did is we changed that and made it electrical so that when you're driving down the road, you can open it up with a servo.
The interior turned out awesome. I'm really impressed by it, and I think it's super cool that even into the interior you're taking modern amenities with that retro look all the way down to the windows, where it looks like a crank, but it's not.
To keep the look proportional, we added in 5 inches into these fender wells because those tires were significantly smaller on the original vehicle. So to make this all look right in the gap and the spacing, we made this a little bit bigger to fit that tire.
Very cool. Now I'm seeing you've got a bumper that in the same style as the front, same color, and man, that is thick.
That's heavy steel. Yeah, that came with the original truck, the original barn find that I found, and it was a big, heavy-duty bumper, and I said I want to keep it.
All right, now I'm seeing a couple things on the back here. One is you've got the little Willys logo right here and here. Did these come with the truck, or did you have to scour the internet?
Found these on Kaiser Willys. They had them, and I had to have them. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the little things that make the difference. So we had to have those. Searched high and low. I had to find a painter, a sign painter, who could paint on the logo the way I wanted it with the lighting shade factor to it, and then he did a little stylization on the four-wheel drive, which is a little better than a sticker.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, very cool. I see you've got a couple reverse lights here, so that way you can see where you're going.
Yeah, it really lights up when you put it in reverse. So we got nice bright backup lights, and again, got the backup camera right there, so that all works together.
Right.
I also set it up for towing. Kind of my plan was I have a CJ, and at some point I plan to be towing with this on my CJ behind it. So I got trailer brakes installed and lighting and all the appropriate stuff for towing.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, so I asked this question of everyone. I'm going to ask you the exact same thing. This is a beautiful Jeep. You did a beautiful job on it, but what about this Jeep makes it yours?
Well, there's a lot of Jeeps that are out there that all look the same, and there's people that are interested in. I like older vehicles. My other Jeep is a CJ7. It's an 81, and it's the old vehicles that really have the magic for me. I like to stylize them a little bit and do a little bit of the retro look, but then modernize them. And how I make them my own is that now they're fun to drive, they're exciting to drive, but they still have that look to where they catch people's eye.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So people are smiling as you're going by, and you're smiling as you're driving it because it's got all the modern amenities.
One of the guilty
That's awesome.
pleasures I had here in Moab was I parked it down in downtown, right on the sidewalk, and just got a cup of coffee and sat next to the truck where I didn't say it was mine, and watching the people come up and take pictures of it and talk about it. And everybody has a story. Their uncle had one. There was one on the farm. There was an old one somewhere in their life. And so everybody has a story about them. It's very fun.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? We've got a lot of great things to see out here in Moab, and I'm glad that you came out. I'm glad you're having fun. And man, this is a beautiful Jeep. I'm really glad we got to take a look at it. Hey guys, this is Liam with Gone Jeepin'. You're gonna wanna like, share, and subscribe. We're doing more builds like this. We've done a lot already, so it's the Lockers Before Lightbars playlist. You're gonna wanna check that out. And guys, I'll see you on the trail.
Thank you.